We're going to go ahead and let the engine cool down for a couple of more minutes before we get in there and start the removal process. But in the meantime, we can shift over here to the table and take a look at the parts that we got from Holley that are going in. And, I mean, we talked about increasing the performance and we talked about making everything run better, but everybody wants that, right? But it also looks cool because this is all part of Holley's vintage series. And take a look at these valve covers, that air cleaner. These look awesome. Like, those look great. But, I mean, this whole package here is going to look great.
Yeah, you know, the styling of it is perfect for your matching it with a C10 truck. Yep. You know what I mean? That vintage look and feel. But the old school Holley performance is what it comes down to, at least for me. So we're going to match it with this intake manifold. It's a single plane intake manifold, which offers a huge power band, you know. So it's going to be able to be great performance in terms of, especially when you're packaging with the classic Holley carburetor. It's an 1850 carburetor, probably one of the most trusted that Holley has put out. So it's going to breathe a whole lot better, offer some more performance. And you know what? It's going to have that retro feel and look to it. So it's kind of like classic American horsepower, man. It's perfect for this truck.
Let's get going here in a minute. Maybe we should eat first.
Lunch break first? Yeah, I'm always up for that.
It's always a good idea to throw a vacuum in there, get everything cleaned up. That way, when we pull that intake off, we don't have a bunch of junk dumping down in there. That's the last thing we want. Ooh, there you go. B-Man. Nothing, dude. You feeling strong?
No, but I'll help you anyways.
Cool. I'm gonna try to sneak this around here. Get this.
Look at you. You're really handy.
Oh, thanks.
Get that for you?
Look at that. Yeah, thanks.
All right, got it.
We got a bunch of the old parts out of there, and we got everything cleaned up nice. And Bruno, how you feeling on that intake manifold?
Good, man. The intake manifold is set in place. You know, this is designed actually to accept a lot of the factory hardware as well as factory accessory brackets as well, but offers some performance features like the upgraded dividers inside here, the plenum, as well as 2 different places where you can clamp the distributor down.
All right, now as we take a look at the valve covers where they're going to go, let's talk about the options that you have with these valve covers. This is the flat black with the polished fins. Looks great.
Yeah, they do.
That's going to look awesome in there. But there are other options as well. You can just go with the cast look. A lot of people like that. You can also get like factory orange with the polished fins. That might be pretty cool. Not on this particular truck, but on other applications, it would look awesome. Or you can go all polished where the whole thing is just shined up.
You know, definitely. Not only are we going to get an increase in terms of performance, but the aesthetics under the hood is going to be a huge upgrade as well.
Indeed.
What we're looking at right here are a lot of the parts and pieces we're going to use to upgrade the brakes on this truck. There literally isn't enough room on the table to hold them all, but this kind of gives you a good look and feel of what we're working with.
Now, we got all these parts from Baer, and we've got the rear over here and the front over there. And what we talked about a little bit earlier is going from drum to disc in the back, right? So that's going to give us a lot more stopping power. Here's a lot of the pieces and parts that we all need to do that. Obviously, we got to put it together, but these 2 single piston calipers, they're going to be doing a lot of squeezing back there.
Right.
And you got the rotors back here.
These rotors, they're drilled and slotted, so they're going to dissipate heat for aggressive braking. You know, you can see they got a nice coating on them so that it won't rust out, and also they're going to look good when you're looking through your wheel. Now, in terms of the caliper, it's a dual piston caliper that actually comes preloaded with your brake pads. When it comes to the rotors, they've got the races already in them. You've got the bearings that are already, you know, packed with grease from Redline oil. They do as much of the guesswork as they possibly can and get all the legwork done for you. So when you go to the install, it's as easy as possible. Caps off. Rotors off. So I pulled out the steering knuckle out of this truck. Now, typically when you do brakes, obviously you don't have to change out the steering knuckle, but we're doing a massive upgrade up front. Look at the size of the caliper we're putting in. It's a dual piston design versus the single that was on it. So we got to have clearance to do so. So putting in this front caliper requires us to change the steering knuckle. Now the truck itself, you noticed when it came in, had a little bit of a rake to it. The back was up a little bit to the front. So we're going to fix that by putting these shackles on the back. This will give us a 3-inch drop in the back, the 2 in the front to give us a stance we want. It'll ride nice and low, and we'll have huge brakes up front to give us plenty of stopping power. So now we just need to put the knuckle on, and all the brakes can start going into place afterwards. Much better.
At this point, we've got everything handled up there in the front, and
We sure do.
Well, we're a team, dude.
We are a team.
Whether you do it or we do it, we do it. All right? So
Fair.
that's how it works around here. But hey, this whole Baer upgraded brake system is great because it's one of the most affordable ways to do a serious brake upgrade to a vehicle like this. So a couple other things going on up here. The flip shackle is in place, and you had to do a little bit of frame modification right there, a little crossbar modification.
Yeah, a little
That's all.
clearancing, that's all. But now this thing is going to have the right stance. It's a nice little cruiser.
It is. And I like the long bed. Now, again, what we always like to do, take it out on the road, just take a little spin with it. I should have adjusted the mirrors a little bit better than I did. Let's talk about what we did to this because it's running smooth now. I like it. Couple upgrades from Holley up underneath the hood.
Yeah, we got that new intake as well as the new carburetor, you know, and then the thing is, you know, you add a little performance.
Yeah.
You got to increase the stopping, right? And that's what we did with those Baer brakes. So this thing, get rid of that spongy feel in the brakes. How do they feel right now?
I feel fine. Man, we dropped down that stance a little bit, made it look a little bit more cool. I dig it. I dig it. This guy's gonna look good. Even when he's not working, he just drives around and wants to look cool in this truck. So,
Well, these are cool trucks, man.
Oh, these are
Especially I
great.
like the long bed version, right?
I do too. So I dig it. Good parts, good performance. Keep this truck on the road for a little bit longer. And I think that wraps up everything for us today, right?
We'll see you guys next time on Truck You.
Yeah, man.